Hello, this is LMB Simmer and welcome back to my channel. And today I am coming at you with a video doing a renovation recap of the Casbah Art Center, which I have renamed in my game the Casbah School of Arts for my LP. So I was going to just go ahead and give you a renovation recap of how I renovated this venue for my LP. So I decided to change the art center into a school of arts. And so let's just go ahead and walk you through how I've changed everything. So we'll start with the first floor here. So right here when you first walk in, these are the front doors, and I have changed this to look more like an administrative setup here. So kind of the school thought you'd come in and there'd be secretaries here, so if you needed to find out about your class schedule or teachers or anything like that, you'd come here and take care of that business. And then because you might have to wait if there's others ahead of you, there's a couple places to sit with some coffee tables, there's some magazine racks, and then on this back wall here I added a clock, and I added one that seemed more artistic and because it's an art school, and then I added more of these waterfalls to complete the backdrop there. And then I didn't do anything with the bathrooms. I didn't change them anyway. I just left them the way they were. And then over here, this is pretty much the same too. So this is the main room of the bottom floor, and I kind of left it with all these little half walls and the art on them. Kind of like this is the art gallery portion of the art school. This is where you would feature your new art, maybe try to sell it for some money. And then over here I put in a photo booth so that people could take photos and gain the photography skill, as that's also part of arts. And then over here is the bar, because most art galleries and art showings, people usually have a bar and drinks, so I put the bar over here. And then also I put a bubble blower machine over here as well, just to kind of add a little something for people to do. Then over here, this used to be where the bar originally was, and kind of more of like a bar slash cafe setup, and this is where I put the culinary arts portion, because I believe this is the School of Arts, so all kinds of arts, including the culinary arts. So I put in the little cooking stations over here and a couple bars for the mixology skill, as well as the cupcake factory for baking. And then outside, if you come outside, you've got the trash cans, of course, and then a couple little tables where people could sit and eat or drink or just even watch the activities out here. So out here, then I put some benches so that people could watch, because up here I've created kind of, well, this was already kind of like this. It already had this kind of stage set up with this mural wall. So what I did is I added a comedian mic to it so that people could practice the comedian thing, and then these would be the benches that they would watch the show on. So this would kind of act as a stage, and you know, in the imagination, you could say that they'd also have like theater performances here as well. So I tried to put the little paint buckets up here on the stage, but it wouldn't let me leave the mural then because it was in the way and it conflicted with the mural. So I put them down here. And then over here is the street performing stage things so that you can perform on the street, and that's there so that people can gain that kind of skill, and then a DJ machine so they can gain that kind of skill as well. And that rounds out the first floor. So then let's go up a floor, and then on the second floor up here we have the oops, okay, my camera's acting all messed up. There we go. Okay, so up here we have on the little landing here, we have a coffee station, because I don't know about you guys, but when I have to pull all-nighters or study, or when I've had to pull all-nighters and study and things of that nature, I like to have coffee to keep me going, so put in a little coffee station here and a couple places for people to sit and drink that coffee and relax. And then over here, I kept this room fairly same as well. It was the art room before, but I may have moved some things around to accommodate more of the art stuff here. So you've got your easels centered around all these little pieces to paint, and the little kids one over here, and then kind of like an art supply cart, and then these are the lumps of clay for the sculpting, and then over here is one of the woodworking benches, and there's the other, and that's like the teacher's desk. So that's the art room. And then on this floor, on the opposite end, we also have the dean's office. So this is where the dean of the college would reside for the workday, and so I give him kind of like a little conference area, and then of course their desk, and then a little coffee bar for them, and then of course, you know, their file system would be here. And then up here on this landing, I created a little space, another little space for people to kind of sit and rest, and move some of the artwork over here. And then over here, this was originally the music room, and I just kept that pretty much the same too, but I moved the pieces around and added a dance floor as well, so that this would be also for the dance. So, you know, kind of would change over here, and then you'd practice your dance over here. And I just combined the two because I thought about separating them, but we'll get into it when we get to the top floor. But I left the top floor the way it was. So there's that. And then if you go to the third floor and the final floor, I left this room as it was because I kind of, since this is supposed to function as kind of still the art center, but a school of arts, and so I wanted it to have a gallery spot, and I wanted it to also have kind of a museum spot. So this is why I left this room alone. I thought about making one of these into the music room and one into the dance room, but I felt like maybe it would be better to leave this with some more of the paintings and things, so that this could stand as more of like the museum portion of the building. Oops, okay. So that is that. So this one I pretty much just left completely alone, and that is what that looks like. And then that concludes the renovation of this art school. Oh, one other thing is I did change the traits. So it has the great acoustics trait, the natural light trait, and the homey trait. Pretty much everything to kind of help with all of the arts that would be studied here in San Myshuno. So there you go. That is the Casbah School of Arts. Alright, thanks for sticking around, guys, and if you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up down below, and if you want to hear more, go ahead and subscribe, and if you have any comments, go ahead and give me a comment down below, and thanks again. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.